Hi everyone, this is Neda from Sweden. Again, I'm here to share some information that I learned throughout the years. I hope someone of you with at least one person will find it helpful. Also want to say that I have no medical background, so whatever I'm telling you is basically stuff that I've learned through the years, like going back forward to the doctors or what doctors have told me, so stuff like that. So before taking any steps, anything, please do consult your doctor or your therapist or wherever you are going. But these kind of facts coming from a patient can be quite good. That's what I think. Like when I search for duloxetine, that's another very popular medication used in the yeah by psychiatrists. And when I search, mostly what I get is that it's doctors talking about it. And as they have not taken it, I find it very unbelievable, and I find it very the hype around that medication. I just don't get it, because I've taken that medication. I know the pros and cons, and that is I guess that is the one of the main reasons to come on this channel and explain what medications caused me trouble, what to look out for. That can happen to you also, but it may not happen at all to you. It might be a miracle medicine for you. Not one medication fits all. So if I have a certain sort of anxiety, or if my anxiety is more towards social anxiety, they are SSRIs, which means they come from the same group. But while one may work more on PTSD, like the traumas and all that, the other one may work more on the social part of your life, like you don't get anxious about going out or meeting your friends. Just like that is SNRI. The most the most popular in that is venlafaxine. I'm not sure if they call it throughout the world the same name. And the other one is duloxetine. Duloxetine is also known in some countries as Cymbalta. Those are considered as, even Voxra, which does not come in the same group, but Voxra is also antidepressant that comes to this group, not group of like, it's not SNRI, but it still works in the same way, because it gives you energy. It works with your dopamine and serotonin, while Cymbalta only like the first one, as I said, fluoxetine, the SSRIs, they only focus on your serotonin, but there are three parts in the brain that has to be in balance, which is also a bit sad, because they haven't come up with a medication yet that could solve that problem. If at times doctor add a medication just to, like, if you're taking something for serotonin, they might add to that medication Voxra, which is very good for dopamine increasement. But there is no such medication that has all the three combined into it. And depending on the medication, is basically how you feel, because it can be miracle. Like first time when I took it, post-traumatic, like after giving birth to my daughter, my first kid, I got to use fluoxetine, and it did wonders, I must say. However, in few months that wonders sort of just faded away, and I was left with the feeling of being okay. I had, whenever I take it, I've taken it on and off for years, because it's mild in many ways, but I normally lose the hope or the courage to get out of bed and do something creative, especially creativeness. I was someone who loved to cook and loved to paint and loved, I mean, all the creative stuff, just give it to me. I loved it. But after that, everything became boring. Now, the question is, or if I give you another example, let's talk about Cymbalta duloxetine. Duloxetine gave me lots of energy. I could get things done, and I could even work out. I would like to go for walks, and but at what cost? And the cost was anxiety and restlessness. I have taken the medication over a year, so it's not like I've taken a month and then just stopped and moved on. I have taken it for a year, and the issue I was having was that despite my anxiety being much better, me having more energy, I was more active, but I started to have the need to increase my dose of sleeping pills. Otherwise I wouldn't sleep because I was so restless, so I was stressed. I like it, it took away the anxiety, and then it brought in the stress. So you really don't know what is the best. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. While choosing a medication, go in with a hope that you will get better, but do not go in with a hope that this is miracle, this will just cure my depression. For some people it may have, or to some people it may have gotten not cured, but gotten to a certain stage that the patient really feels okay with it. It's okay to live with it. So what I'm trying to say is that you might not get the full effects. You might have side effects that, like sexual issues and those kind of things. You might have issues with that. It does not mean that the medication is not working, which I have done a lot of time. I've done that mistake, and when I've gotten off the medication because thinking like, oh, it's giving me more side effects, and then like at least probably 2 weeks later, so and I'm at a even worse place. I understand the withdrawal and all that, but then I have like stopped taking antidepressive for like half a year, once even a year. But that time was pretty much, killing me. So I had to go back to one of the medications which I thought did me more justice, and to realize that okay, I'm not feeling perfect, but I'm not having those panic attacks where I'm literally about to faint. So whatever it has done something to make it easier for me to get through it. So this was literally, basically, it was about the medications, that when you start a medication, you have to be very strong for first 2 weeks. You really have to be strong for 2 weeks, because otherwise you won't be able to understand if the medication is doing you any justice or not. It might just end up that you stop with this medication and you start with a similar one, and then the similar one gives you the same kind of side effects, and you are back to the score as a blah 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 blah. I'm not used to speaking English late. I used to study in English school, but recently, like the past few years, I haven't got to use it. So I really apologize that I'm pronouncing the words wrong, and I don't know what I'm up to. But I just thought that this is something important. I know a lot of people say this and mention on different chats, and they always warn each other that remember the first 2 weeks can be crappy. Some people can get benzodiazepines, benzos basically, like Oxascan and Stessolide. There are so many, but the issue with that is that you might feel okay those 2 weeks while you're going through the rough part, but those 2 weeks can be very horrible because you can easily get addicted to these medications. That's a subject that I will come to in my next video, but here was a video mostly because that when you're going to a medication, make yourself strong that okay, these 2 weeks I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting something good, but rather it may be a hell, but that hell will not last longer than 2 to 3 weeks, or maybe for some it's just 2-3 days. But yeah, after even 3 weeks, if you still notice like the hell is just going on, then of course you should consult your doctor. But this was just my way of trying to calm you guys before you start any medication, especially when it comes to mental health care, medications. So I hope I've given something new. I don't know. I don't think it's something new about it, but sometimes it's good to not just read, but to hear it from someone who has gone through it. For me, I personally would love to talk to someone or read or watch a YouTube clip on someone who is suffering from anxiety and all that, and how they are coping and what tips they have for me. So this was for today. There will be coming up very interesting topics as well. As I said, during this 14 years, I have like piled up so much information that I would love to share with you guys. And if you have any questions, just just write them down below, and then press the like button please, and subscribe. Thank you.